Walking with God is an idea that's both timeless and profound. Throughout history, people have wondered what it truly means and how they can be sure they're on the right path. Is it about following rules, participating in religious rituals, or simply having good intentions? Or is there something deeper, something more personal and transforming that defines an authentic walk with God? If you've ever questioned whether you're genuinely walking with God, you're not alone. Let's explore the heart of what it means and reveal practical ways you can recognize this journey in your own life. To truly walk with God means to live in a close, ongoing relationship with Him. It's not just about believing that God exists or occasionally calling on Him in times of need. Rather, it's a daily commitment, a way of living that reflects God's love, guidance, and presence in every aspect of life. In the Bible, we read about individuals like Enoch, Noah, and Abraham who walked with God. Their lives were marked by faith, obedience, and an intimacy with God that set them apart. But is this kind of relationship reserved for legendary figures of the past? Or is it still possible for ordinary people today? The truth is, walking with God isn't reserved for saints and prophets. It's an invitation for everyone. But how do you know you're really living it out? First, consider the foundation of any real relationship: communication. Are you spending time with God through prayer, not just speaking but also listening? Do you seek His wisdom for your decisions, big and small? When you're walking with someone, you naturally talk with them. Share your heart, your worries, your gratitude, and your hopes. Walking with God is no different. When prayer becomes a consistent, honest conversation, it's a powerful sign that your walk with Him is active and alive. Another essential way to tell is through your desire to align your life with God's Word. This doesn't mean perfection or rigidly keeping every rule, but a genuine longing to understand what God says and to let it shape your choices. When you're truly walking with God, the Bible becomes more than a book of ancient stories or moral lessons. It's your guide, your encouragement, and your compass. You find yourself returning to its pages not out of obligation, but because you sense God speaking directly to your heart. But maybe you're still wondering, I pray and I read the Bible, but how can I know? One of the most telling signs is transformation from the inside out. When you walk with God, you begin to notice subtle but persistent changes in your character. You become more patient in situations that used to make you impatient. You experience a growing compassion for others, even those who are difficult to love. Old habits and attitudes lose their hold on you, and there's a deepening desire to live in a way that honors God. These aren't changes you force through sheer willpower. They're evidence of God at work within you, gently shaping you into someone who reflects His love and goodness. It's also important to ask, what drives your actions? If you're walking with God, you're motivated by love, gratitude, and trust, not by fear or trying to earn His approval. You serve others, forgive, and live generously because of what God has already done for you, not to score spiritual points or avoid punishment. There's a freedom and authenticity to the way you live, because your relationship with God is based on His grace and not your performance. Community is another key indicator. Do you find yourself drawn to others who share your desire to know God? Are you investing in relationships that encourage, challenge, and support your faith journey? When we walk with God, we're not meant to do it in isolation. The journey is richer when it's shared. Being part of a faith community, however imperfect, helps us stay accountable, offers encouragement during tough times, and provides opportunities to serve and grow together. If you're nurturing deep, honest relationships with other believers, it's a sign that your walk with God is genuine. Adversity is another revealing test. When life gets hard, when prayers seem unanswered, when difficulties pile up, do you run from God, or do you cling to Him more tightly? Walking with God doesn't mean an easy life, free of struggles. In fact, it often means the opposite, a willingness to trust God in the valleys as well as on the mountaintops. When your faith persists through pain, disappointment, and confusion, it shows that your relationship with God is real and resilient. These seasons of trial often deepen your dependency on God, reminding you that He walks with you even in the darkest moments. Faith in action is the heartbeat of walking with God. Are you stepping out in obedience, even when it's risky or uncomfortable? Sometimes God calls us to love the unlovable, to forgive those who've wronged us, or to be generous when resources are tight. When you sense God's prompting and respond with a willing heart, even if it costs you something, it's a powerful confirmation that you're truly walking with Him. But perhaps the most profound evidence is peace, an abiding sense of God's presence, even when circumstances are uncertain. This peace isn't dependent on everything going right. It's the quiet assurance that comes from knowing God is for you, with you, and working through you. You find yourself worrying less, trusting more, and carrying a calm that others notice and find contagious. So, are you really walking with God? Ask yourself. Am I spending meaningful time in prayer and listening for God's voice? Do I find myself wanting to live according to His word, not out of obligation, but desire? Is my life gradually changing in ways that reflect more of God's love and character? Am I nurturing relationships with fellow believers, seeking to serve and encourage one another? Do I hold on to God through both triumph and trial, trusting Him even when I don't understand? Am I willing to act when God leads, responding with boldness and humility? And do I experience a deep, lasting peace that can only come from Him? If you find yourself nodding yes even to some of these questions, it's likely that you're on the path. Walking with God is a journey, not a destination. It's marked by progress, not perfection, by intimacy, not just activity. Wherever you find yourself today, remember, the invitation stands. God longs to walk with you, every step, every struggle, every joy. If you're willing to take that next step, you'll discover that He's been walking alongside you all along.